Hi, it's Carlos from RC Advisor. Somebody asked me what my favorite tool was, and well, let me tell you. There's a lot of different ways of cutting the materials, the wood and the foam and all of that. And I've tried a bunch of different ways over the years. I know some folks like using the box cutters, which are like the big kind of utility knife holders. And those are okay, but I think they're just way too big and too rough for fine detail work. Something that's also really popular is a small. These are like a small version of those utility blades, but the blades break away. So as you use it up, you press it against something and you break off a blade, and you have another one. And I guess those are okay. There's really nothing wrong with them. It's matter of taste, I suppose. I also see folks sometimes using these they're small disposable medical or surgical blades and knives, because the whole thing is designed to be disposable, and they have a very sharp blade on the end. And they're okay. I think they're frankly, because I've tried them, I think they're a little too flimsy for my taste. So a lot of it boils down to getting the nice weight and size on the handle, because cutting is something, I don't know about you, but I do it all the time. And I want a tool that I don't want to have to be thinking about the tool. I want something that's going to give me a nice sharp cut, something that's easy to hold, something that lets me be very accurate. And of course, I don't want to be spending a fortune every time I throw it out. I have to buy a new one. I don't want something that's just disposable. And I tend to like the x-acto blade system. This is a handle with a number 11 blade, which I know are really popular. But and you can get all sorts of different blades. But tell you the truth, I have bought the different blades that they sell, and I never end up using them. I guess they have a little bit more of a specialized use. But I've tried a whole bunch of different handles from x-acto, from other brands, and eventually I end up hating them. I just throw them out. Either they break, or they're too flimsy, or they bend as I put pressure on them. But a while back I found this one, and it's an x-acto. I think they call it an X2000 handle. And on the inside, mechanically, it's actually the same as the very inexpensive x-acto handle that you can buy. So it's a very proven mechanism, but it's got this very nice rubber grip on the outside. Plus, it also has like a nib. I don't know if you can see it, that keeps it from rolling. So it's not going to roll off and cut you on the foot, which I think is a danger with the standard x-acto handle. So I think this one goes for like $7-8, and I've been using it for a while, and I'm just really happy with it. And again, I've been very unhappy with other handles that I've tried before, so I'm sticking with this one. To go along with that, I have a 100 piece replacement number 11 replacement blades, and I bought this a while back. I paid $16, but now they're closer to 20. And the box is almost empty, which tells you something about how I work. Because, first of all, whenever I start a new project, I automatically put in a new blade. And as I work on the project, the minute I sense that it's not cutting as well as it did before, I just replace it. Because these blades, they only cost like 20 cents each, I guess. So they're not a lot of money, but they don't last very long. So I'm constantly replacing them, and sometimes you can look at my trash can, and there'll be a whole bunch of blades there, just because I just don't have time. The last thing that I want is to be doing a long cut, and in the middle of it, have it start snagging on the material. I just hate that, and I just like, okay, I'm going to just replace the blade. The minute I'm just not, I'm not sure that it's at 100% cutting ability. So I go through a lot of these. 100 pieces, it's not going to cost you that much, and just buy it. The other thing I wanted to point out is rulers, and this is another tool that I have gone through a lot through the years, and I do make a point of getting some different sizes. This one is 1.5 feet, half a meter. I like the longer ones. I've got some T-squares, smaller and bigger. But one ruler that I bought, and it turned out to be a really, really good buy, is this one. And it's pretty inexpensive. I think you can find it for maybe $5. And it's made by Mays Brothers. It's an American company. And I mean, on the surface it doesn't look that special. It's 1 meter long, a yard, 3 feet. It's got measurements in inches and centimeters, and a lot of them don't, which so it's just really handy to have both. But what I really, really like about this one, and I didn't appreciate it until I had been using it for a while, is that it's made out of aluminum. And it's not, it's just kind of a little bit of a rough aluminum, it's nothing fancy, but it's really good at staying put. I can put it down on a piece of foam, on a piece of balsa, and it just doesn't slide around. So then if I use it as a cutting edge, it's just a pleasure to use. I mean, I've got this other one that I bought, and I actually bought this one not too long ago, and I shouldn't have bought it. And it's a great ruler. Very high quality. It's gonna last me a long time. Stainless steel. But the problem is that it's just really slippery. And whenever I use it as a guide for cutting, I have to be pressing down on it, and I have to be real careful, because if I'm not, it just slides very easily. And next thing I know, I'm cutting wrong. And by the way, even if even if I'm just cutting something once, something that I just have the end point, I always mark the line with a marker, because that's a really good way of knowing if the ruler shifted. So I mark the line even if I don't really have to, and then I put the ruler down, and I'm keeping a close eye on that line, because again, with a ruler like this one, shifting just if you're not real careful, it's gonna happen. And that's why I love this one. And in fact, in preparation for this video, I went online and I saw that they make smaller versions. I think they have a 12-inch version, and if the big one was $5, the 12-inch one is probably a couple of bucks. So that would be a really good deal if you can get one of those. So anyway, there's some other tools that I tried and loved, and I plan to continue using. And till next time.